Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Metaphor ReFantazio. Pharaoh Fiasco here. In the last episode, we went ahead and got ourselves fully done with all of the fighting that I think is going to be available for us between now and the next dungeon. We do have to turn this in, but before Barden... What's that? Is there a reason why the armor shop...
Let's head there right away.
Something's going on in Shilika's weaponry.
Hey.
Oh, items that need to be appraised. Right. So we want this, Dragon Kukris. And then the Coral Mail, which is not good. Alright.
Alright then.
But, oh, it's still there. Interesting. Not really sure what's going on with that. But we're going to actually go to Oceana for the fish market. So that we can do Leon's next thing.
Hold on.
It's stormy there.
Let's move.
And we'll also be able to do all our other stuff here as well. Okay. So Merchant's Bazaar, I think it was. He needs us to go to the fish to find a fishmonger. So she's available. Where? Okay, so I think the fish market was might actually have been somewhere else. Knight's bracelet.
Can we talk?
Boldens you with strength. Sure. Who knows if I'll ever equip it, but that's fine. Okay, so please find my father's connections. Right. Yufa's down to hang.
I'm sorry.
Sure, but I don't have any good news to share yet. Yeah, something about a fishmonger here, but the only problem is... Well, we can head up the recruitment center first. The only problem is, I'm not entirely certain where this is at. But at least we can make Katharina proud.
We did it.
Yes. And then make sure you pump up that reward for us, too.
Now then.
Ooh. 4 on courage. So, wisdom, tolerance, and eloquence.
Courage.
They're coming along.
Why, that's... Yes.
Yeah. And that is... Just gotta make sure there's no shenanigans. But, okay. Maybe the fish... Maybe the fish market is somewhere that we haven't actually been yet.
Alright.
But it would definitely be just our luck if it turns out that the fish market is not available on stormy days or something.
Well met, eh? So it's you.
Ex-candidate Godard. It was his... Oh, wow. Alright, well. You tried. Sea Breeze, in District, Arena Front Wharf might be it? And if not, I might just have to putz around for a bit to find this guy. Oh, and we can turn our gold beetles in.
Hey there.
Yeah, let's hand over them. Ooh. Venom Word Charm. Or Venom Ward Charm.
Maybe.
Depending on the Magla. Alright. Find another 13. He'll give us Claw Breakers. Okay. So... Oh, there's one right... There's no way. Okay, so when you revisit places, gold beetles must pop up. Because there is 0 chance that I managed to miss that. Saying it's inheritance. I wish there was something that... okay. I know... Where's the fishmonger thing at? The Colosseum. Oh, except when there's a thunderstorm, we're always open.
You can help.
Okay, so it is available except for when it's stormy, and I got that backwards some kinds of way. Not sure how I managed that, but there's not going to be any brawling for us here. Angler's Inn Square, the Night Prowler. Maybe this is going to be where we're trying to get to. Is there anybody here who wants to talk to us?
Let's not.
No, okay. Huh. So...
Goodbye.
Where? The fishmonger? Alright, we're definitely kind of just running around in circles at the moment. Okay, so this guy wants us to be a scribe. Uh-oh. Well, we can take the log. 3 years to... 4 puppies were born. Okay. Okay, so I didn't really mean to... Okay. One candidate was young. So... But this didn't seem like it would take up any time. Alright. So just something, a little something we can do, I guess. And since we got everything correct... Alright, well, free stats. We're not going to say no to those. I think. Alright, we didn't get any stats out of that. Well, that's embarrassing. I ended up having to recheck my episode because I was like, there's some... I talked to everybody, and I was like, I'm doing something freaking wrong. And I was doing something wrong. It was Grand Trad, not Brylehaven, that the fishmonger is at. So, spent a whole lot of time... Well, I only wasted about 25 minutes running around. But still. So now, let's look... Is he going to... Please find my father's connection.
Hey, listen.
I wish they would say in... like, it'd be nice if he added in Grand Trad. That would be awesome. But, now we know... Is that Yufa? It should be Yufa. Yeah. So that's where she's hanging out here.
Alright then.
Sunshade. I feel like there should be... Spotto Smithy, Comfort Concoctions, Gloam Hall Recruitment Center. Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to putz around. Okay, cool. So, because I was running around just talking to everybody like we were doing in Brylehaven. Say, do you know any shops that carry fish? We have fishy questions about fish. A fishmonger? Sure, they pop up when the catch is good. The shop to my left usually has some, in fact. Oh, we were on the right track all along. Well, should we buy some water while we're here? Sure. Oh, she has no more fruit cordials? Well, that sucks. As you said, the shop to this guy? Capital Merchant. What do you want? You are not one of my clients, and I only do business via referral.
Whoa.
He doesn't strike me as a fishmonger. Stroll's probably looking for someone else. She said to her left, didn't she? Is there anyone else over here who is looking to chat? This guy, maybe?
Can we talk?
7, so we don't need that.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, fish come at a premium in Grand Trad, but if they're anywhere, they're here in the market. Maybe make another round? This guy? No. Alright. Oh, Magla injection. Well, hey. He probably could have given us that at the... Well, oh, and a gold beetle. But it's probably for the best that we didn't talk to him, because I would have just wasted it at the beginning of the... I would have just wasted it in the first dungeon like I did with all my other stuff. Is it that guy? Well, there's got to be someone here.
So, hey,
We have some questions about fish. A fishmonger worth your coin and grand trout will be in the market. I sell a fillet once in a while, but it's not my expertise. You'll find one if you keep your eyes open. Okay. So none of these guys... This guy must be... Okay, it must be this guy. Let's check him out.
Welcome.
Okay, there it is. Fresh fish! Get your fresh fish! I've got bargains! Took us long enough. That reminds me, I had business with the fishmonger. I should talk to him.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. If it's swam in the rivers or seas, I've got it here, and it's all as fresh as the ocean breeze. Apparently, Stroll's father frequented the fish market. I know he was a doting parent, but would a count really do his own shopping? The Count of Halia. And just how do you know such a great man? This guy doesn't look near like he might have been a little kid when he was helping out Stroll's dad. You're acquainted with his son. Really now? I hate to break it to you, lad, but you're an elder, and Clermont nobles aren't really known for befriending your kind. What are you playing at? If this is some matter of con, I'll make it known far and wide, especially if it concerns the Count of Halia. He saved my skin once when some pain-in-the-ass noble started making accusations about my produce. He happened to be there and stood up for me. From what I gather, he was only in the market to find a souvenir for his son. Fancy that, a noble buying things himself. Blimey, you really do know him, don't you? Well then, I know another merchant you should speak to. He did a fair amount of business with the Count. Okay, yeah, because this guy seems a little too young for that. That day, he said he had an appointment to meet this merchant in front of Regolith Grand Cathedral. Odd that he bought the fish first, eh? Okay, so now we know what we need. So Regolith Grand Cathedral, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away. This is Regolith Grand Cathedral, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe whoever we need to meet is actually inside? Or not.
Really no.
Okay, that's...
Look at that.
Not gonna say this bodes well. Oh, we're in 10th place. Neat. We'll show her up before things go too far. Or before she gets too much further ahead of us. Well, she can't really get further ahead of us, can she? But still. It was this guy! Because I'm running around in front of the thing talking to everybody, but it was this guy all along. What do you want? You are not one of my clients, and I only do business via referral. Scholl's father went to meet a merchant in front of Regolith Grand Cathedral. Could this be him?
So foolish it arouses great pity.
Whew. Indeed, I was acquainted with the late Count of Halia. Oh, is that so? You say you know his son, do you? The Count was a truly honorable, upstanding man. I doubt any son of his would associate with riffraff like you. The merchant is still suspicious of me. What should I say next? Thanks to my overwhelming imagination, I was able to choose words to convince the merchant I have no ill intent. Yes, they did indeed stink. The Count would often buy fish himself and then show up to our meetings with them in hand. Amusing as it was, I was worried about how he would keep them fresh. Ah, that stirs some memories. The Count of Halia that I remember was a magnanimous man. He was genuinely kind to all he met.
Our business is done.
Perhaps I should have learned from his example. Very well, tell me your story and I will listen. So this guy, I see. You must forgive my suspicion. You truly are a friend of his son, aren't you? I do apologize, but you surely understand my caution. Word of his lost inheritance has spread, and conmen have tried every trick in the book to claim it.
I do appreciate your assistance.
I have indeed been entrusted with the inheritance always meant for the Count's son. Please give him that message. The rest of the details I'd prefer to share with him directly. Please bring him with you when you're able. There it is! We can now go ahead and finally do Leon's thing. So with that unlocked, let's go ahead and hit him up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah! We got some good news for you, buddy! The best possible news. We've got the lance. Okay, so... yeah.
Huh?
Have you? You must take me to him so we can talk. Man, we really came through for Leon.
Oh.
It's nice to finally meet you. Well, we have met, but you were just a babe in your mother's arms. Funny how much you've come to resemble them both. Your father and I did charity work, providing aid to the downtrodden. It was hardly lucrative, but I was quite taken by his charisma. And yet this guy still hates on the Elder? He did charity work in the capital. I hardly knew his business here, to be honest. My connection to your father is ultimately what led him to entrust your family fortune to my guardianship. I'm pleased to finally put it in your rightful hands.
No.
I don't mean to pry, but have you decided what you will do with it?
That is...
I had thought to use it to rebuild our house, but to hear my father use his fortune to help people, I admit I'm having second thoughts. The refugees of Halia are struggling to survive without permanent housing, and knowing this, I will put these funds to the needs of my house. It would take tremendous time and money to restore our territory. I wouldn't be able to tend to their hardships for many seasons to come. You are truly a stroll lad, right down to your father's strength of character. If I might be so bold, allow me to present you with an option. It would work thusly. You purchase a parcel of land from your pick of the gentry. Many are in desperate need of coin and would easily part with estates they cannot sustain. You could then offer this land to your people to build upon. Would that not give them solace? You know what? 40 acres and a mule, let's get it!
True.
I see the wisdom in it, but I can't imagine finding such an ideal expanse in such short order. If it's the negotiations you are concerned about, that is where I come in.
Quite.
Perhaps you've heard the name of Lord Hydron, best known for his piety. He is well versed in such matters. Yeah, we've run into Lord Hydron. Is there anyone else you might know? So you do know him. Well, I can appreciate why you'd recoil from him. But for such an occasion as this, he would be a potent ally. I dare say he would be precisely the savior you'd need to realize your ideas.
My ideals.
Alright, we're on board. I apologize. I'm just caught off guard by how quickly these tides change. I gladly accept your generous offer to aid me in negotiations. There it is. Hope is only a step behind a clear conscience.
No.
Words I'd hear my mother and father say often. They practically bludgeoned me with it. They instilled you with wise words.
Yeah.
Only now do I see that. Back then I couldn't appreciate it. If I can procure new land, all those people could return to some semblance of the lives they were forced to abandon. They could go back to a time of peace, before the human attacked.
Just...
And you have no small role to play here. You know that, don't you? If treachery claims the throne, this whole country will fall to ruin, and I'll have no hope of saving the people of Halia, let alone realizing my ideals.
Hey.
So he's counting on us, but we already knew that. In other words, the future of many depends on our fight. Our hopes lie with you, Captain. I can sense Troll's deep-seated trust and newfound resolve, so this should be the one that gives him his full XP
Whatever burdens you
to
carry,
3
I'll carry them too.
and gain experience at the normal rate. So we can now switch him out with no problem.
Thank you.
I owe you my thanks for discovering the man safeguarding the inheritance. It was surely no easy feat to find him. And it wasn't. Oh my gosh. Increases tolerance. I actually had to review an old episode.
That reminds me.
If you don't mind my asking, did you hear anything else about my father in the search? Yeah, let's give him this news. Only that he loved his son to the ends of the world. Come off it. You've got a bit over the top with that one. Were my father in the same position I am now, I wonder what he would do. Well, I'm sure he would basically be on the exact same path. Take a little sip of my refreshment. We came all the way back to the Virga Island Tavern. And yes, time to go ahead and hit up our buddy boy. And Heismay and Juno want to talk too. Heismay is actually like, we're getting pretty close. We might actually max Heis unless he gives us, well, even if he does give us something to do, we will probably max Heismay out before this particular set is over. But maxing him out before Leon is actually pretty interesting. Oh, that's not what I meant to, God dang. There we go. Let's go ahead and give him this new relic. Egads! What is this? We got us a little present for you. Oh?
Hey.
Why, hello there, my dear little guest. Such a pleasure to meet you. Is he baby talking the relics? They never cease to amaze me, no matter how much I study them. These relics use a power that interferes directly with the fundamental elements of matter. I see. So if we harness the colossal heat generated at that point...
My God, I've got it.
I hear it! By my sainted aunt, I hear it! The whispers of an ancient civilization! Their secrets murmured in hushed reverence! Thank you, Heath!
Thank you.
Wow, we got him all set. Hopefully he gives us something better than Hero's Fruit going forward. At least some Hero's Leaves of Light. Well, strike me down. There really are all kinds of relics out there. Enough to give me a thunderclap of inspiration even when I'm at a low point. If something's bothering you, you want to talk about it?
Well,
When I'm deep in my research, sometimes this anxiety just overcomes me is all. I start wondering if these happy days of mine might suddenly disappear. Well, I'm glad he's having fun.
that's...
You remember I told you about my failed flight test back in my more respectable days? Back when I was still just a young man. I set out to prove my own flight theory and botched it. Spectacularly. Once I'd healed from the ensuing crash, I was demoted. They chose to adopt another flight plan. Oh, so like the Wright brothers? And worst of all, the people I thought friends and supporters quietly took their leave of me, one by one. Seeing my colleagues change their tune as easily as a coin flip made me realize just how frightening people are. What I fear most, though, is the cowards I've become.
You're right.
After you've been burned, instead of choosing the path of exhilaration and the unknown, you tend to favor the path that's safe, secure, and least risky.
It'll be fine.
Don't worry, we won't disappear on you.
Yeah.
I suppose so. When I think about it rationally, I doubt any of you would abandon me, especially if you've stuck out this relic hunt so far, eh?
Yes.
Exactly! You're our trusty engineer! I don't know what we'd do without you! It goes to show, calm at old age sour your outlook, eh? Thank you both. I do love you!
Oh, come on.
Well, glad to hear you're feeling better. Right, Heath? Aw, Gallica. Aw, bless her.
Thanks.
I'm grateful for the encouragement. I feel like I know what it really means to be strong when I'm with you lot. Wish I could have met you lot sooner. Maybe my life would have been more... Aw, Nerez. I actually really like Nerez. No, perhaps it's better to think of this time gallivanting around with you as my second lease on life. I'll make up for all that wasted youth in no time flat. Right, he's so much older than everybody else, there really wasn't any opportunity for him to meet us any sooner. So this should give us, I think we already have 2 in the gunner, so maybe it'll just reduce the mag cost. At the start of battle on the Gauntlet Runner deck, enemies take even more damage. Alright. Significantly reduces the mag cost of studying the Gunner lineage.
The truth is,
The relics are really starting to come together, thanks to you. I get the strangest sense that this gadgetry could generate untold levels of power. Something the size of my palm, enough to power 1,000 Gauntlet Runner engines. Even more, I dare say. Once this is complete, not even the stars will feel like such a faraway dream. Though that hinges on you all finding those relics. So he's talking about space travel. Well, that's settled. I'm counting on you to bring a new relic for a new flash of inspiration. And we've actually got one. This is rank 5. And we have one more for him. We were able to find... Yes, Heroes Leaves of Light, finally. Alright, now that I'm fighting fit again, it's time for some maintenance. Yes, maintenance! You'll be lending me a hand, of course. Wait, hold on. How did we get roped into maintenance? Oh, well. But, alright. We'll be able to go ahead and rank him up yet again. And then he'll be at rank 6. But after that, we'll be able to focus on Heismay. There's a letter in... Oh, Barden. Aw. A revival medicine, too. He sends the good stuff.
Speaking of which...
Okay. Tide was too unstable to sail on. Alright, that's fine. We're not really worried about what they're up to or doing or thinking.
Well then.
So today, Yufa... I'm not super sure, but actually she might be... Okay, it's either Yufa or Barden. So let's actually do Barden first, and we'll save Yufa for tomorrow. We've put him off for long enough.
You've come.
Yeah, just be yourself.
What?
Actually, with Heismay, we probably need to be rank 4 or 5 in something in order to be able to start maxing people out. But we'll see. Be myself, you say? And what, just face the problem head on like there's nothing to be afraid of? Just be honest to a fault. It certainly seems a far better thing than working out some plan. I can only be myself after all. Gotta play the hand I was dealt.
Thank you.
Many thanks to you, Heath. Won't you come with me?
Thank you, truly.
I thank you for being here. I've made up my mind now. Come on! Yeah. Go ahead and help out with what ails him.
Listen to me.
Someone here set fire to the administration building. We managed to put it out before anyone got hurt. But this is treason! It was that guy. The person who wanted to be magistrate. The traitor should come forward immediately. They're not trying to give themselves up. Did you want to become a governor so badly that you would go this far, Sir Gastro?
What?
Surely you don't mean to say that I'm the one behind this. You obviously are. Oh, I'm done listening to you and all your denials. Take him away. He probably had somebody do it for him. Sirs, isn't it obvious the fire is Barden's own plot?
just so.
Yes, Barden. Your own position is safe if you have a scapegoat. How uncharacteristically intelligent of you.
What did you say?
He called this man an idiot. My fellow townspeople, will you go on never questioning this man? Look what's happened to your town under his rule.
Seriously?
Guards are treating you like prisoners, spying on you, reporting on you. Is this place your town or theirs?
Let's do this.
Furthermore, is this man in any way fit to govern? I propose we hold a vote and decide once and for all.
Huh?
Vote? Is that where we decide who's governor?
No, I see.
Such a thing can't possibly be done with integrity. I won't allow it. Wait, hold on, Barden. Wait, hold on. I don't know about that one, buddy boy. Being like, no one gets to decide who's in charge but me. I'm not sure if we can co-sign that one.
Oi!
Oh, yes, you will. The people should decide. Just like with the king. Well, that fellow is certainly all for it, even though I assume you hate the idea. For myself, I think a vote will speak volumes. It will reveal to all here that you are the dangerous one, not I! Shut up, you conniving cur! Oh my gosh, yeah, Barden, this took a turn, a very interesting turn. Barden saying no to the vote is the most interesting thing that's happened.
Barden.
You should accept the will of the people, Barden.
What?
Ugh, I hear you.
I haven't a choice.
Fine. However, anyone who cheats will have the hell slapped into them.
Am I understood?
You all understand that. I'm keeping a watchful eye. Don't forget it. Alright, well. They're gonna vote Gastro in.
Great help indeed.
I thank you. I nearly forgot myself back there. I must say, everyone seems so frightened of me. Even the wee ones. They're even more scared than when they thought I was a phantasm. God, the way they look at me!
Got to say,
Hey, Heath, tell me true. Have I erred when it comes to my methods? Let's be honest with him. You may very well have.
But then...
But whatever should I have done instead? Maybe been on board with the people deciding who governs them? For a start, I mean, I thought they'd understand my reasons soon enough. I wasn't monitoring them out of contempt. I'll tell you something. I've no choice but to just hope they'll come round. My duty is to protect the Weans from rampant villainy.
It'll be fine.
I'm confident they'll come around.
Thank you truly.
Well,
Still, though...
the vote will be held soon by the looks of things. I can't lose. I must protect the town. I say this as your comrade as well. Alright, well, there's no way. I would be very surprised if Barden managed to win after that.
Tidings for you.
Improves the chance of escaping from squad battle. That is actually, I'm not sure why we get this from him, but you know what? I would actually, and he probably guarantees us escape later on, but that would make things much easier because, oh my gosh. Would he not? I became governor by forever striving to fulfill everyone's expectations. And that's how it should be. I don't know if you can fulfill everybody's expectations. Is that realistic? Doesn't really seem to be the case. But alright. Next up, Brigida. Not before... Nurse doesn't want to hang? Okay. Well, in that case, let us go for... Oh, and Brigida's at rank 6 as well. Well, rank 6 gang. We'll start with Heisme. And then we already know what the reward for his final one will be, but I'm just curious how it's going to work out, or what it'll look like. I use my overflowing imagination to come up with something that will give the villagers hope. Yeah, so we need rank 4. Maybe, I doubt we'll need rank 5 for these, but it would, I mean, we might. A new age is dawning. What do... Oh! You mean a new king! Indeed, a new king will be a momentous occasion. Not even that village should avoid being swept into the tides of change. Yes, I can see our approach now. We unveil you to them as the king-to-be. My grandiloquence will not sway them alone.
Great.
Well, I wonder what the heck would grandiloquence have been in Japanese? What a nightmare of a word to try to translate.
My thanks.
I hope I can make the people of the village understand. Shall we set out then? On our way? As the light waned, we took a carriage to Heisme's village once more. I've heard you found the urn. Truly, I am sorry. The villagers have caused you no end of trouble. It's nothing you need to worry about. Rather, I thank you for helping me come to grips with my departure. He's leaving.
Everyone,
People of the village, you hide, but I know you yet listen. I am not here to blame you for the matter with my son. I want to speak to all of you so that we can change the future of this village together.
look!
Look at what our village has become. Cut off from trades, our goods slow to circulate, and our people more destitute by the day. Oh well, you say. We are Ujeefs, nothing to be done about it. You endure this hardship without even trying to move beyond it. That is sloth, pure and simple.
Can't you see?
We elders, perhaps the future means little to us. Perhaps we struggle to fight for change we will never see. But what of our children? You would force your village's children to bear its dreadful legacy, to be doomed to the same neglect and avoidance. Don't talk like you know us.
Don't you get it?
Isolated though we are, we can survive with what we have, and these children are happy enough.
Wrong.
Happy? Their only birthright is a cage. The children have no choice but to live and die here. Can you deny it? They could not choose where they were born, and now they have no choice in their future. And you, as their guardians and teachers, you would keep it that way. Just shut up! What would an outsider know? They're calling this man an outsider when he's from here too?
No.
He is not an outsider. Heisme is one of us. I don't know when it happened, but we've stopped chasing hope. We've grown complacent, clinging to the idea that it's wiser to accept hardship than to resist it. But was that truly for the best? Surely, in times long ago, did we not strive towards something? Are the people in agreement? Please, everyone, come here and let us speak. Tadari turned out to be on the up and up. I really thought this man was going to be plotting. We won't make a difference now. Whatever you do, there's prejudice out beyond our walls, and it's strong. The people of other lands won't accept us.
Listen.
Who? I believe that can change. It has to, for the children's sake. Well,
Say,
I understand your fear. Walking the land as a Ujeef, I have suffered what seemed no end of hatred, prejudice, and bloodshed. But this country will change. It's already underway. And the one responsible stands before you now. This is my friend, Heath, and he will change this country. Wow. Grand declaration. No pressure. A new era is coming. A new future where people of all origins and tribes can join together.
What?
A new era is coming.
but
And when it does, what will this village do? Will you close your doors to hope, resist change, and so wither? The world is changing, and we must change with it. Yes, it will be a long struggle. Yes, we will waver, and we will suffer.
that's life.
But beyond that pain, beyond, we will find a better tomorrow. A future where our lives' courses are ours to decide. A birthright of hope for every Ujeef child. Our children could live however they wish.
Surely.
Heath and we who follow him will light our way forward. If you live and strive with hope in your heart, then a better future is within your grasp. Nobody can decide our way of life but ourselves. There we go. Now that's a rousing speech if I ever heard one. Heisme, thank you. I think you really got through to them. Of course, I don't think things will change that easily. That's why we must weave our new hope one step at a time. Leave it to us. We'll lead the way forward. Reassuring indeed, but rest assured I've no intention of letting you bear that burden alone. And in return, let us prepare the hilltop cemetery right away. It's time I took responsibility. At the least, I can ensure your son will have the peace he deserves. Heisme might not go for that anymore, though.
No.
I appreciate it, but that's no longer necessary. Right, he's moved past that. I've thought long about how to properly send off my son, and now I finally have my answer. This voyage has been more than enough time to face my boy's death, and were I alone, I would have lost myself. A tiny voice, young words in old air, skyward it lilts, clouds parted in passing, and soon breath becomes zephyr, and sweet wind alights upon well-trod earth. Dang, Icemay's a poet!
Thank you.
I would not be here without you at my side. Thank you. Man. Wait, what? There's no way! We get the final upgrade at rank 7?
No.
Thus a pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee.
A new power.
Oh! Right now it's probably only available for Heismay, and we have to hit rank 8 in order for other people to be able to take it on. Rank 7.
There is yet hope on the horizon.
The party can now study the ninja. Interesting. Then what's rank 8? You can now study the ninja in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. Well, that's a surprise. So what the heck? We're gonna have to see. We're definitely gonna be doubling up on Heismay. I am extremely curious what rank 8 could have. There is no sense waiting for the winds to change. New breezes are ever blowing, and lands beyond anything we have ever known.
We shall.
All right. 12, 11.
Time marches on.
So
The age
I'm
of
wondering
the
if,
new king draws nearer.
in order for us to get to the higher ranks, we have to rank up everybody. This system seems very dynamic. I wonder what happens if you just skip all that stuff.
Then
We could do that, but I'm not very interested in that when we still have other stuff to take care of. Yeah, ooh. Leon wants to hit rank 7 as well. But I did say we would do Yufas today, so let's do Yufas. Yeah. Go ahead and see what she's up to.
It's all right.
Yeah, of course. Let's hang out.
I'm very happy.
Oh. Where does she want to go? Brylehaven. So this is Brylehaven. There are so many foods here which I've never seen on the island. This bone-in meat. It's used as a ritual offering, yes? Has the heart been left out to dry somewhere? Wow, she's really a fish out of water. Miss, I must ask you to refrain from making such unsavory quibbles about our products. Right.
Pardon me.
Like, the people will think they're throwing in awful. I apologize. I didn't intend for that to... The last thing I need is my customers thinking about his rituals and organs. This is exactly why nobody cares for you, Mastari. Well, geez, you could have left that last comment out. She didn't know. Well, now I am regretful. I was rude to the shopkeeper, even if it was just because of my excitement at seeing such interesting wares.
Hey,
You shouldn't worry too much about it.
Is it true?
I've heard there are all sorts of different people in this city, and that makes it dangerous. But being pagan, I suppose I'm the most different. A frightening prospect. But there are so many kind people too. Why, at the other place we visited, someone even offered me a special deal on a pail which pours good fortune. Wow. So yeah, she definitely looks like a really easy mark. That person probably saw you were a traveler and tried to take advantage.
What is it?
What? But maybe it wasn't a pail, but a flower vase? No, Yufa, that part wasn't the scam. Everything in this town is so different from my own. It's a bit overwhelming, but also such a thrill. The clothes, the food, even the plants are completely foreign to me. And though we're not far from the island, there's this exotic smell in the air. You smell that? What is it? There's a tinge of sweetness. It makes me nostalgic. Oh, okay. I thought it was just gonna be the water, but maybe it's some kind of food they're serving up here? I don't notice anything about this smell. It's so rich. There's a complexity to it. It kind of tickles the nose. Shall we try to follow it to its source? Alright, well, if there's a sweet treat at the end, let's go ahead and get to beating our beat. Where's this at?
This is the place.
Here we are. It's not very strong, but there's a complex smell. This is a Sanctist church, isn't it? Maybe they use perfume in some sort of ceremony. Are you here to pray? Oh, sorry, but no.
No.
Do you have some business here at the church?
Actually,
We were curious about the smell.
I see.
That young lady here is Mistari. I mean, pleased to meet you. My name is Yufa. This is Heath. Is it alright for me to make introductions? So, it's kind of easy to tell who's a Mistari or not. They've got the third eye.
Oh.
Are you perhaps the one I've heard about? The one who's been stirring up a ruckus? Never mind. I shan't pry. I am Hyperic. If you've an interest in Sanctism, I would love to talk further with you. But I'm afraid I haven't the time to do so today. I was just about to escort Ovi here, this child, on her way home.
Ovi.
I was just praying with Mr. Hyperic and visiting Mama in the sick room. Oh, she's getting faith healed?
Truly.
In the sick room?
Truthfully.
Her mother is very ill. She's currently being cared for at this church. I apologize for leaving so soon after you've traveled so far. I hope you will visit again, whenever you wish. I'll be waiting.
I'll see you again soon.
Oh, sure. Until next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye, Yufa and Heath. See you later. Close your A. Well, her mom's definitely not going to make it to the end of Yufa's thing. I wasn't intending to visit a church, but I am glad I got to speak with a follower of Sanctism. I wouldn't mind learning more about Sanctists in general. I'm curious about the differences between them and us. The Mistari, I mean. Well, for one, the Mistari seem to be a lot more accepting of outside religions. Would you mind maybe visiting this place again with me? I admit I prefer not to go inside alone.
sure.
Of course I'll come with you.
Thank you greatly.
But I'm warning you, I'm going to chant your name while I sleep so that you don't forget this promise. Is that how it works? I'm glad I invited you out. The outside world isn't as harsh toward pagans as I thought it would be. Alright, well I'm glad she's having a good time.
It's strange.
Reduces the mag cost.
Recently,
Ooh, reduces the chance of being inflicted with anxiety.
but then
But there's something a little off about this church. I must just be imagining things. Maybe they're the ones keeping people sick. Well, we'll find out what devilishness they're up to. For certain. Alright, and so please, if Heisme is available... Juna. That's fine and dandy. Heisme is not available. Alright, well, our two newest party members, sure. Go ahead and see what's happening here.
hey,
Yeah, let's go with her.
thanks.
I'd like to go to Brylehaven. Mind if we take the runner? So both of them wanted to hang out in Brylehaven, huh? Alright, well.
Nice.
The air of a coastal town is simply divine! And so is the shopping for that matter.
Hold on.
Well, what could you need that we don't already have? Oh, would you like the whole list? Clothes and perfume to start. A lady has expenses. The runner is sorely lacking in amenities, and if I'm frank, it stinks of sweat.
Then
Well, I mean, so shall we, oh Captain? Seeing as you're tagging along, I shall require both escort and porter duties of you. Well, Miss, aren't you the real Lady Juna? Would you sing a song for me? Oh, we've never seen that character model before. Of course, just for you. Juna is so nice.
Read the rising dawn hand in hand. Da-da-da-da.
Oh.
Da-na-na. Thank you.
I love your songs. She's also a Nydia. You're so pretty, Juna. I hope I can do it as well as you someday. Why, thank you. I'll be rooting for you. Why, the face? I can be plenty nice, you know. That little girl was Nydia, just like me.
Sure.
Were you two really talking about singing?
Hold on.
Well, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. We Nydia have some secret stuff going on. Wait, so was she communicating a secret message? People have no shortage of opinions about the Nydia. We're friendly liars, voracious cowards, streetwise swindlers. They say we conceal our true ugly faces behind beautiful transformative masks. Almost makes you want to burst out laughing, doesn't it? Man, it seems like the Clamar are really the only ones without any type of... Living on the fringe is hardly a life at all, so we work hard to fit in. We train at it. That's the Nydia's secret. I'm sure that girl's life is no picnic, but I saw her eyes sparkle as she listened to me sing. If for even a fleeting moment I can lift the heart of a child putting her best foot forward, then I'll gladly sing mine out.
Oi!
You saw the songstress! Where? Let's go find her! Right. Uh-oh. I think that's my cue to exit stage left. Let's be on our way. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here singing all night or worse. Uh-oh. Bro spotted us. The rumors were true. Our fortune smiles. He probably actually knows Juna, though. We shall see, though. Think we're safe here? I only got through that without getting noticed thanks to you. I am so glad you were there, truly. I'm not sure how we helped her be incognito, but... Oh, well, as long as she's thankful. Oh, actually, we got clocked instantly. I do apologize, but are you perhaps the Lady Juna? My name is Capra. I'm a merchant of textiles in this city. Might I have a moment of your time?
And then?
You see, we owe our prosperity to our laborers, and as such, we thank them with a festival in their honor once a year. Oh, he's got a job proposal for her. I have the fortune of being in charge of this year's festivities, and I would very much like to make it a grand celebration. And you'd like me to sing, I take it? Yes, just so. Although our coffers are not so deep as the church, we would pay you.
Yep.
Oh, let's not quibble. I'll do it. Wow, she's so free with her time.
I'm sorry.
I should have run that by you, but I'd like to take him up on that offer. I should be fine as long as I don't delay us. Or it should be fine as long as I don't delay us, won't it?
Right.
I'm anxious to hear you sing myself.
Thank you.
I think it's wonderful that this festival is dedicated to the working class. I'll pour everything I have into making it a memorable performance. And as for you, I'll make sure you have a front row seat, as my reliable escort, porter, and captain should. And so rank 2 with her. What special skill will she bestow?
Things have gotten fun.
All party members recover a little MP. Oh wow, we definitely need to focus on ranking her up. But I'm afraid that has quite extended my shopping list. Let no expense be spared for the festival. It's probably something ridiculously crap, like 2 MP or something. It'd be nice if it was maybe 2% MP.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws.
We're gonna have to see. Because Atlas with their passive MP restoration, it's normally percent based rather than a flat rate.
Well then.
Okay, so Leon and Barden. Let's go ahead and do Barden again. Yeah, see what he's up to.
You've come. I'm sorry.
Oh, they had another vote for governor. Should be announcing the results any minute. Wanna go take a listen? Yeah, let's see. And now you behold the results. I admit it was closer than I expected. But regardless, henceforth I shall rule instead of you, Barden.
What?
Impossible! There can't be that many people who support the likes of you.
You unscrupulous...
You bribed the rotters, or you rigged the vote. You're too much a coward to act honest.
Well, you see...
There's no foul play to be had here, Barden. He's just not as popular, I guess. We had the whole thing in a close watch, and there was nothing suspicious about it.
It's absurd.
That can't be! Your watcher missed something, and for all we know, Gastro lackeys are afoot!
Look,
Barden, relax. The expression on your face is going to scare people. Barden, you doubt me even now. This is pitiful to watch, Barden. You need to accept the truth.
Seriously?
Ordinary men with delusions of heroism are not fit to rule. You are at fault for all that has happened. That can't be. But you all supported me. That's why I became governor. That's why I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into it.
But please...
And now you're all looking at me like I'm scum? I was protecting you! I was acting for the common good! Jeez, Barden really can't hold it in. You asked me to protect you, and I fall short on one wee thing, and then it's all whispers behind my back? Who among ye cares about the town?
Fine.
Have it your way. Will of the people. Gastro can protect you now. What a sore loser. Shooting insults and then running away. A shirk of responsibility to the very end. Well, no matter. Good riddance. Now here's how I will handle security.
Listen up.
Lord Barden, there's a giant sandworm! Yeah, see, nobody cares what Gastro's gotta say. When the S hits the F, it's all Barden everybody's looking towards. Where's Sir Barden? I must report to him as soon as possible.
Please, let's not lose our heads.
Yeah, about that. Reports are to go to Lord Gastro henceforth, but what's the matter? A giant sandworm has been spotted, and a worm is now approaching. Sir Barden said to report anything like this right away.
Oh no.
A giant sandworm! Sir Gastro, what do we do?
What?
Calm down. We have defensive barriers. Yes, the ones he built with your taxes. And besides, a giant sandworm wouldn't come here, would it? Well, we thought it wouldn't, but
You mean to keep going?
Barden only had you looking for nests so he wouldn't have we'd have an excuse to collect taxes for defense. It was all part of his deceit.
Yeah.
You understand me? Nothing is happening. There's nothing to be afraid of. So do we think that the security person is lying about seeing what is his play here?
Hey.
Is there a giant sandworm coming? Yeah, F all this. We gotta get into it. Oh, it's you. What in the world should I do now that I've been ousted? Now that I've...
Whoa.
You say a giant sandworm's coming here. I bet it's a human too, isn't it? Those defensive barriers won't stand a chance against a human. But there's nothing I can do now. I'm not governor anymore. The children are scared. And they should be if a human strikes. But first things first, I don't want to see the town fall into chaos. Have the guards declare it was a false alarm. While they do that, I'll exterminate the beastie myself. Whatever needs be done, I'll do it. He's got the people at heart.
I'm sorry.
But, truth be told, against the human I don't stand a chance. Here, I'll put aside my pride and ask you to help me, Heath. Please.
it'll be fine.
No need to put aside any pride. There's no shame in asking for help.
Aye. Yes.
You're right there. Thanks for the reminder. You need friends to do things you cannot accomplish by yourself.
Aye, sir.
But I Think of that nonsense I was saying, pretending I couldn't do anything. Why, you don't need to be governed to protect people. There we go. We'll go ahead and get this scuttled.
I shall bar his memory.
Rapid Swapper halves the turn icon cost of switching with a reserve member during squad battle. Well, that's nice.
Is that right then?
We should be able to get there quickly with your gauntlet runner. I'm going to investigate the location, so I hope you'll come back another day. Alright, so the time to... Whoa, the right to rule. We actually have to fight this thing. Together, okay, increases courage.
I thank you.
So, an actual fight. We're just gonna have to be prepped then. And that's A-okay by me. So this time, it's Brigitte. And that it looks like this is the last thing we're going to be able to do at night for this particular stretch. That's all fine and dandy. We only have 4 days left anyways. Alright, I'm with you no matter what. And we just hit rank 4 on courage. You've been getting extremely lucky with these. I still find myself at a crossroads. Yet look at you.
Fine then.
You've helped me see what needs to be done. Will you accompany me?
Thank you.
Follow me then. Unless Brigitte can be double ranked up this go round.
Here.
We use this facility for our own research. Specifically, we're trying to develop a non-violent use for igniters. Make them something more than weapons. That should be decent enough revenge against the church. If I only expand my current trade, it'd only make their pockets fatter. So I thought I'd find a different approach.
About that.
Won't that anger the church? That's the goal. Oh, naturally. So they send some killers after me. Who the hell cares? Right, you'll show them who the real killers are. They knew that magic igniters would widen the gap. The strong would become stronger, and the weak weaker. That's why I made igniters my occupation. I hated weakness. Most of all, I hated who I used to be. For my weakness, ignorance, and utter powerlessness. But behind it, I did wish for a different future. A world without poverty, despair, or violence. Civilization does not flow backwards. People are not so clever that they would abandon the convenience. It's impossible to be without igniters.
As it is.
But if we're stuck with them, we can make them safer and more practical. We've actually been working on a prototype for a while now.
Say.
Remember the early days? I asked you to slay the Guptoros. The route I've been stalking was our transport corridor for these prototypes. Alright.
Well,
I'm glad I took this job. I am as well. Brigitte is definitely still my favorite.
My thanks.
We'd never have made such strides with development if you hadn't been helping. Honestly though, even I'm surprised it's come this far. Goes against the church's cultural and mercantile monopoly, of course. They'll send their shadows after me and they'll leave me a few new scars if I survive at all. She's so cavalier about it! Only one way I can think of to stop that. You'll have to take the throne and support our peacetime igniters over the lethal ones. Help them spread across the land. So like a blanket igniter that can heat up carapaces or anybody else who needs them. I've been thinking about your dream. This kinder world in your little novel. I hear about people who live with mutual goodwill, respect, and equality. And I can't help but wish I lived in that world. So she's being the change she wants to see. I wanted to take that first step. I want to help, no matter what it costs me. My position, my fortune, or my life. We're definitely...
leave it to me.
I won't ever let you die. That's quite a promise to make. You have a point, though. I'll postpone my death as long as I can. No one wants to see that new world of hope more than I do, after all.
I believe in you.
Take the throne, Heath. For me. And for a new world. Right. Rank 7.
You give me hope.
So it's different. We got Heismay's final one at rank 7, but Brigitte's final one is rank 8. Interesting. further widens the variety of items so it'll like on magic association by adding rare items. Occasionally, as one day ends and another begins, Brigitte will send a crate with funds. Whoa. So we can get care packages from Barden and Brigitte now. This facility has another purpose, you know. Ignite as being one-sidedly destructive as they are, plenty of people have lost their homes to the violence, same as the village the church raised. So I hire them here and support them in the ways I can. It's the least I can do to atone. Whoa, that's awesome! Dang, dude, Brigitte is the best. 10. So maxing everybody out at this point in time will bring us like 2.
King draws nearer.
But we hit rank 7, and that's what's going to, there's a letter in packs from Barden. Spirit Dust. That's excellent.
Hey.
Ranked League. If you rise up the ranks every time you do, you get a reward. Well, we can only really do that during the day, but if we have any time left over, sure, then we'll do Ranked League. Yufa. So, Leon and Yufa. We can probably keep doing Yufas. But I already put him off the once. So we will probably not be doing so a second time. But yeah, let's go ahead and hang out with him. Get to rank 7. Likely unlock our final archetype of the warrior lineage.
Thanks.
Thank you. Then let's make for the royal capital. I hope this turns out for the best. See what we got going on. Hopefully some good news, though. I've been informed about the land, hence this conversation could have been far less roundabout if you'd only informed me of your assets. Well, we didn't know we had them at first. What are these documents? The contract, lad. You seem rather hurried, so I wasted no time preparing it. With but a signature, you become a landowner.
Worry not.
This is the countryside land, yes, but the price is a rare bargain. The owner forfeited it after losing his fortunes on a gamble.
I see.
There was an owner. Then am I right to presume this land still has tenants? Yes, quite a few. They're yours to command. Vacate them, employ them, the choice is yours. Your property, your people. A bargain, wouldn't you say? The total acreage is a bit smaller than Halia. Minor details. This land is readily available, and that alone makes it valuable. There's even an estate matter you can claim at your convenience.
No.
It matters, actually.
But...
I think it's certainly worth considering.
yeah.
Yes, but the size is an issue. It would make it difficult for the people of Halia to move in on top of these tenants. Needless to say, this land won't let me realize my vision. Why do you concern yourself with the squatters? If they're of no use to you, push them out of sight and out of mind. This guy might be the most compassionate landlord ever. A lord hardly deserves the title without land to govern. You will reject this contract, knowing that.
Stroll.
Hope is only a step behind a clear conscience.
You.
Heath, you remembered my parents' saying.
Apologies.
But I can't in good conscience sign this contract. There we go. F all that. Do you know what a refusal will do to my reputation? As a noble, you must know that this will have ramifications.
Yeah.
All the land in the world does not make a lord until he shoulders the responsibility of protecting its people. To hell with nobles who can't recognize that. In fact, I would like to make a counter-offer. I will buy 100 of your vacant houses here in the capital. 100? Vacants or not, residence does not come cheap in the capital. Your ilk could never afford them. I've already verified the going market rate. My ilk has more than enough to cover the costs. You're surprised. I looked into it while you were helping make inquiries. You know what? And we were doing a whole lot of legwork, so we did have time to get this set. I respect that.
Right.
I think it's a worthy offer.
Now then.
I know I'm just a countryside noble, but you wouldn't dream of overcharging me, would you? It would certainly have ramifications. Knowing that, like, one noble knowingly screwing over another noble would make other nobles very unhappy with that particular noble. You must be familiar with my compatriot by now, yes? Indeed, your reputation would certainly suffer were it to come to light you were trying to scam us. Surely you aren't threatening me, are you, boy?
No.
Of course not. I have simply made a competitive offer for vacant houses you could not seem to find a buyer for. You stand to profit, really. Right, they're vacant right now. He's not making any money off of them at the moment. Just the idiocy I'd expect from the son of a backwater lord who could not even flee correctly. You'd sacrifice your house in the name of sheltering peasants. You may as well toss the money down the latrine. It insults the entire aristocracy and you'll live to regret it.
Fine.
You're the one who will live to be sorry. This country will change and corrupt nobles like you are on the cusp of extinction. My parents who risked their lives to protect their people are the real nobles, and my heroes.
Now then.
Now, Lord Hydron, shall we put ink to parchment? Just threats all abound, but we're still gonna do this though. There we go. We got you guys covered.
What the?
Young master, you used your inheritance to purchase houses for us in the capital. Your generosity for us goes too far. Be at ease, old friend. I'm just being stubborn, perhaps even selfish. The more I pondered what I should do, the less clear the answer became. But when I asked myself what I truly wanted, I knew without a doubt. Who? I wanted to see your smiles again. The ones I remember from a simpler time. I wanted those smiles to come naturally. A nobleman is the shield in his people's hands. Durable enough to protect them, but light enough to carry. Else what value does he have? Another gem of my parents' wisdom. I am sorry though. I know you wanted House Haliotis to rise again. I'm sure this is going to be a very nice stopgap.
But that's...
No, you have shown us a way to live with more pride than any fortune or glory could impart. It has been my life's greatest honor, greater than any words could express, to have served such a dignified family.
Sorry about that.
I am sorry to have left you to languish for so long. From here on, I hope happier times win the day.
Wow.
Oh, young Master pardon, Lord Stroll.
Thank you.
It is with our utmost gratitude that we accept these accommodations in the royal capital. Allow me the honor of gathering Halia's other refugees. Let us begin our lives anew, dreaming that one day we will unfurl the banner of House Haliotis and serve its new lord proudly.
Yeah.
Rangeef, everyone, I thank you. Once my journey is over, I'll be back.
Thank you.
And thanks to you as well, Heath. I couldn't have made it through without you. It was your determination that saw us through, Stroll. You are a genuine friend. You know that.
You know,
I didn't choose to help these people out of some sense of noble obligation. It was far more simple than that. If I have the power to save someone, then I will. As straightforward as it can be. When someone needs a helping hand, I'll be there to extend it. Your sincerity made me realize that about myself.
yeah.
I would wager my parents were much the same. I think living my life with that in mind is what they'd expect of me. So, Stroll's just a good guy. But we already knew that. Yes, you're a new pinnacle of heroism. Yes. And this one, probably the knight. No, we already have the knight. The samurai. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Well,
I should visit my parents' grave. I think I owe them an apology for failing to rebuild our house with their inheritance. I'm so glad you found refuge here in the capital, Rangeef. I even found a mansion my father knew as well.
That's...
Your father would tell us all the time if there was ever an emergency we should gather at the capital.
huh?
In Grand Trad, but That's... Pay me no mind. Before we return, shall we tour your new accommodations? And that's 9. So these last few ranks are contingent on us getting to rank 7 with our party members. And I guess if you have 3, then you max out at 7, but maybe if you only have 2, and we can hang out with Juna once more. Get her to 3, but that's it for Barden. 7, 6, 6, 4. Only 4 for Maria. We're getting close to maxing people out, but give me one moment. Sure, let's hit up that festival in Brylehaven. See what's going on with that. Have ourselves a grand old time, too. I hope this doesn't turn out to be some kind of scam or something, but I got separated from Juna while we were trying to avoid her getting seen.
Come now.
How about a flower for your loved one? They're rare beauties bound to impress. No. Whoa! What happened? Is that a child? Cute kid, but I don't recognize the tribe. So what? Nydias can jump between age groups or something? So that girl that we saw might actually have been a grown woman? I need to prioritize finding Juna. So Nydias can just do that? Alright.
Hold on.
What are you staring at, darling? I'm over here. What was that?
What?
Is there something on my face?
No.
I was worried I lost you.
Huh?
Oh, you were? Thank you.
Then.
Well, shall we press on? We've got to meet up with Capra. What was that? Nobody's ever mentioned Nydia's being able to do that. And of course, we aren't familiar with that ability either because we have no idea. Like, we took one look at that very Juna-looking kid and then immediately went back to what we were doing. The show is proceeding apace. We have a stage under construction at the Colosseum, and for your outfit, Lastia's dress is being refitted for you, Lady Juna. And regarding a little thank you gift we're preparing.
No.
Oh, please, that's unnecessary. If there are any proceeds from this, pay it forward to the audience. Is that possible? That's quite generous of you, Lady Juna. We're so blessed to have you singing for us. The whole town is buzzing with excitement. And I'm sure she makes a lot of money already. Oi, that's you thieving crooner. What brings the high and mighty songstress to sing at our lowly labor festival, eh? So who's this?
Huh?
Whoa. Okay. Why, you ask? Well, because I was invited. Liar! You slithered your way into it, you bloody snake! It's all you Nydia know how to do! Wow! We were literally standing there having a completely separate conversation, and this lady barges in unprovoked with her racism! We weren't even doing anything! Mertis, please, there's no need for theatrics. I asked her to sing personally. I'm sorry, but you simply don't have the draw the Lady Juna does. Ah, so she wore the dress last year, I'm guessing.
No way.
That's so. Well, it don't mean I have to accept it. And as a matter of fact, I don't. Well. Yeah. What an awful person. We weren't even Juna was like, you know what? Don't even pay me. Just give the money to the audience. I'll do this show for free. I'm glad to give up my time. And this lady comes in like, you disgusting Nydia and your disgusting tricks. Does she know who that was?
Hold on.
Who was that?
So.
If I had to guess, someone in the same profession as me.
My goodness.
I do apologize for that. She was last year's main act, and I dare say she's cross about not being asked to return. Small wonder why! Don't worry about it. I've always had enemies, and some have even made attempts on my life. Wow, that's why she can fight, I guess. And Capra, The harder something gets, the more determined I am to see it done. Right, now we're fueled by spite and not just altruism. That's so very reassuring, my lady. Truly. Well then, I'll take my leave.
Got a second?
It's not that I don't sympathize with her, but crowds are only won through hard work and skill.
Right.
She's no match for a songstress of your caliber.
Naturally.
We're in different leagues is all, and she'll have no choice but to get that through her thick skull once I show her why.
Let's do this.
Besides, having someone close by to watch over me gives me just the burst of confidence I need. I'm talking about you, of course. You got that? So I guess it's gonna be a bit before we can find out what that version of her was.
I'm going to give this performance
Two.
my all.
While in reserve, oh, okay, cool. So now Juna can be switched out. I'm not going to.
Leave it to me.
The only people who it's safe to switch out right now are Leon and Heisme. All the girls have to stay in. Or, no, did I think I got, well, we'll see. If I'm going to make this the performance of a lifetime, I'll have a lot to think about. Let's call it a day, shall we? Juna didn't deserve that.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
But honestly, we also don't deserve it when they get on our Barden. When they get on our cases, life-saving medicine. Thank you kindly. Now, if we run out of things to do during the daytime... Yufa. No, I doubt it. 2 days. Alright, well, and Yufa's standing right there, so...
It's all right.
So yeah, let's go together.
I'm quite...
But if we have no daytime hangouts tomorrow, then we'll go check out the Coliseum. We came to the front of a tavern, having heard that Hyperic was lingering here.
Well, now...
Sancta Hyperic, what are you doing at the tavern? I've come to pick up Ovi. She helps out here from time to time.
You know,
They told me lots of nice things today, for the first time ever. They said I danced really good in front of the customers. You know how to dance, Ovi. I do too. My mother taught me a ceremonial dance. Ooh, can you teach it to me someday? Can Non-Mustari learn this dance? I guess that's fine.
Well then.
You'll teach me too, won't you?
Yes, of course.
All right, the first thing is to clear your mind and steady your spirit. Mr. Hyperic, I want to practice a bunch and then show Mama. And you may, so long as your prayers are never neglected. Right, sanctism before everything else.
And so now...
Now then, this visit indicates you'd like to learn more of sanctism, yes? How much do you know about our noble faith, might I ask? Just the basics, a bit here and there. Then let us begin with the core of our beliefs. In sanctism, we receive divine teachings from God. We follow the will of the Almighty God and offer Him our prayers, with a selfless heart, that is. Right, no asking for money. A selfless heart. The idea sounds quite different from the Dragon God faith. We aspire to take the hands of our God in our own to confront difficulties and yet fight beside them with our own strength. Such are our teachings. I see. Well, that is an intriguing belief. What of those who haven't the strength to fight? The children, the elderly, or the infirm? The anxiety which plagues this world is through no fault of our own, and so we pray to escape these hardships and injustices.
oh,
It's time to go visit Mama! Mr. Hyperic, Yufa, can we do this talk at the church? Let's go! I don't know. Maybe, well, I would say maybe it doesn't refer to a literal strength, but I think it does. Pardon me, Sancta Hyperic, but what kind of illness is Ovi's mother afflicted with? Your concern touches my heart. You're a kind person, Miss Yufa. Oh, it's just, I lost both of my parents when I was around Ovi's age. Yufa, are you and Heath going to converb? Definitely not.
indeed.
What? Oh, I think you meant convert. If you ever wish to do so, we would gladly accept you into our faith. Unless, you find prayers meaningless. Now hold on. Why is it convert or spit on the faith? Are those the only two options? This guy's trying to make it sound like we can't say no. And no, that's not what I...
Wait.
Faith isn't something you can pressure someone to have. I apologize. That wasn't my intention. Right, but I'm sure that's a tactic that's worked in the past. We all live with anxiety in our hearts, and it is through sanctism that we can find salvation. I simply want you to keep that in mind. What was that? Nothing more than a breeze. And now then, I hate to cut this short, but I am needed elsewhere. Why would he lie about that? We know there are infirm people in there. Him not telling us that is so suspect, or him trying to play that off is so suspect. Oh, all right. Thank you very much for your time.
See you later.
Yufa, teach me how to dance next time, okay? That was unexpected. Converting was never so much as a thought I'd had.
Sure.
Everyone should believe in what they wish to believe.
Indeed.
You're right about that. In fact, since I am no longer a sacrificial priestess, the choice is mine for the first time. I don't think Hyperic was wrong when he said we all have spiritual anxiety. We yearn for something we can depend on, and for some that's sanctism. I don't have spiritual anxiety. Yeah, I wish I did, but nah, I don't believe in any of that crap. I feel like I better understand sanctism now that I've experienced it myself, and I couldn't have done that without you. You gave me the courage to expose myself to new, unfamiliar things. So now I want to see and learn more about the world, but I also want to be by your side, Heath. Okay, cool. How come none of the guys are like that?
I see it as my
2. Battle Aura. The amount of while in reserve. So now everybody is gaining experience while in reserve. Why wouldn't he just tell us the truth about that? I'm not sure that's the wind. And there's that smell again. The sweet smell of death. Sorry, my head is suddenly hurting. Let's come back here to investigate later. There's something about this place which makes you feel so ill at ease. Yeah, I don't know, dude. A little suspect on the part of sanctism. But what isn't suspect about them? And we have nobody who wants to hang. Interesting. So, in that case, let's up our tolerance, eloquence, wisdom. We'll look for something that'll up our tolerance, our eloquence, or our wisdom. If I knew what we would get gated by next, then I could focus on that. But we haven't hit any roadblocks. It's been smooth friggin' sailing.
All right then.
You got something on the beach.
Let's go.
What is this up? I think that's imagination?
It's nice and cool. Besides,
So mysterious. What do you mean?
hey there.
Yeah. Yeah, imagination, which we don't need. I've got other things to do. Okay. Yeah. Eloquence, tolerance, wisdom. Eloquence, tolerance, wisdom. Someone who can up our eloquence, that might be Juna, actually.
Let's go.
Might be Juna. Oh, whoops. Alright, so back out here. And we should hang a right, I believe. Yeah, they're right here. Oh, okay. Talking to the people.
This plate. Besides,
Yeah, let's up our eloquence. Let's do this. Deciding a new king, eh? Honestly, I don't care what happens outside our village. Right, what good does you becoming king do for us? What can you do? Ooh, this.
Yes.
I will protect the Mistari tribe from discrimination by guaranteeing your rights. Sounds nice and all, but how would he accomplish it? Not that I'm against the idea. I do like the thought of being able to be ourselves when we're off the island, masked or not. Yes!
Now then.
Give us that delicious eloquence. Well, that was easy. Alright, so next is tolerance or wisdom.
Why, that's...
Okay. Whoa, good stuff. People really liked our speech. Okay, I was about to say, is it gonna push us even further?
Time marches
That seems
on,
like it would have been
and the
quite a
age of
lot.
The new king draws nearer.
Last day. Hasn't it been Idol's Day for a while now?
Here.
15,000 Reeve. It's been Idol's Day for several days. Nurse's lance will be ready tomorrow, and it seems like the tide has calmed down a bit too. We should be able to set off for Altaberry soon. Considering Fidelio's still on the mend, how about we spend the rest of the day helping people out? Ah, an excellent suggestion. We should repay those who have done so much for us. It wouldn't hurt to have their support in the future after all.
I too will.
I shall accompany you, and this I am quite sure I would be most useful. Like, let me check the calendar. Maybe it's always Idol's Day on the island?
So?
Okay, so yes, our nighttime doesn't belong to us. Calendar. No, I'm not sure why. I don't know. Big bargain day. Okay. But yes, who wants to... Leon! We can max out Leon! Well, I guess there's no harm in him being first. We don't have anything else to do, so... I said we were going to do the thing, but I am very curious about this. So yes, let's finish him out.
Yeah.
If it'll let us. We might need a rank 4 in something we don't have.
Hey,
No! That might... Okay, so some of these are locked... And maybe that's the game telling us that we don't have the stats necessary in order to do them yet. Let's go now.
thanks a bunch.
Okay, or maybe I was wrong. There was no stat check right there. Okay.
You know, I'm truly blessed with good fortune.
Okay, yes, and this is how you know it's rank 8.
I was born into nobility, lived a carefree childhood, and I even survived a human attack.
That is true. This guy's luck stat is outrageous.
But more than all of that, I've met people I can trust. I'm further blessed in friendship. Sometimes it frightens me. I question whether or not I deserve to have all this.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Juna and Yufa, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be by your side so badly. And then Leon's just like, it's so nice having such a great friend. Nothing about being by your side or anything like that.
Of course you do.
Hearing you say it helps me believe it. After all, I was only able to help the people here because of my parents' wealth.
That's true, but you're still a stroll.
The inheritance just happened to be in the royal capital, and the people of Harlia were coincidentally in the same place.
I've been saying that name wrong this whole time. Whoops.
Luck is its own type of skill, right?
Guess I should just embrace it.
Right, no point not looking this gift horse in the mouth.
I don't regret using the full inheritance as I did for a moment. Given a second chance, I would do the exact same thing.
Of course, yes, that does sound like Leon.
But I think I defied my parents in some way. That's my only regret in all this.
What could he possibly mean by that?
I'm sure they'd have done the same.
Right, they cared about their people too from the way he talks them up all the time.
I just don't know. Even during the attack, my parents shielded me from the fighting. They told me to get to Grand Trad with all haste. Grand Trad.
Oh, he thinks he might be betraying them by going right back into the fight.
Rangif said my parents told him the same. They wanted everyone to flee to the capital.
Oh, they made it, okay, because that's where the inheritance was, and that's where they had the greatest chance of rebuilding. His parents had it all planned out.
And then the merchant in the capital was the one keeping the inheritance. Is this all really coincidence?
No. Your parents orchestrated it this way.
I can't believe it took so long for us to realize that.
If that's true, though, do you think my parents might have intended the inheritance to be...
To be used to rebuild.
Oh, the family treasure my father mentioned in the letter. He wasn't talking about the inheritance. He meant the people. A nobleman is the shield in his people's hands, durable enough to protect them, but light enough to carry. Else what value does he have? I continue to find ways I never understood my parents.
But he is slowly coming to.
But you do understand.
So the way I used that money
Was exactly what they intended. And he knew, and their parents knew he would have a good enough heart to understand.
Was that what my parents would have wanted all along? I'd always thought I'd been a worthless son to them.
You've done your parents the greatest of honors.
Right, who wouldn't want to know that their son was taking care of their people just like they intended them to?
Have I?
Whoa, that's the first time we've gotten 4.
Father, Mother, leave the people of Halia in my hands. No, leave the fate of this country to me.
Aww. But I really like Leon, though.
Someday I will restore our home. Everyone will come back to live in peace. And I won't let anyone take it from us, ever again. But this isn't about my family. This tragedy must never be allowed to be repeated anywhere. On my pride as a noble, I swear it.
We're gonna eradicate all the humans. And all the corruption that allowed the humans to just come here and stomp things out. I can sense Stroll's unrivaled trust and his determination to change the future.
The proud noble Stroll, keeper and heriter of the warrior's virtues, by the grace of his newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
There it is, rank 8.
I'm going to change the future with you.
4. Slayer of Humans. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate greatly increases. In Grand Fantasy, Stroll is ready to acquire a new heroic embodiment. Oh! So, they give us one rank of the lineage, and then the rank 8 is their own personal ultimate archetype. That's awesome! More skills can now be inherited by the warrior lineage in academia due to the effects of Scion's essence.
Thank you. My hope is only a step behind a clear conscience. My parents' mantra has never been more clear to me. You keep moving forward. Do what you know to be just. And I will be just a step behind, no matter what.
Okay, well, it didn't cap out there. So, that's excellent. I had no inkling at all that there would be ultimate archetypes. Now, he probably has to max out every single rank of his particular lineage, though.
Look back, and you will find hope. Don't forget that.
Alright. With a vision of Halia restored clear in my mind, I spent a moment enjoying the wind on my face, then returned to the others. Thanks to Stroll's strong faith in me, I now have the full support of the people of Halia. Okay, yes, and we can't go any further up. night. So, time to get to planning. Is he okay? Dell's feeling better, Dell?
What's up, Del? Something on your mind? That's nothing. Just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just the twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
Alright, well, you were saying that before you went down, so...
You sure? Because I remember, once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm sure he's ready to get himself a nice big meal.
Something's bothering me.
Yeah, he's acting a little funny. Maybe they've caught on.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me. Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the Magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
I mean, humans have been wounding us for a while now. But maybe the power of archetypes protects us against any weirdness?
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island. Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him?
I mean, no, not without exposing our trick.
Magla-born symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
And then if we can't even bring her here because then we'd have to answer questions about how we got her here so fast.
Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
Right, this dude cannot be trusted.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if now? What if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight.
Okay, of the two options, that's definitely the easier one to pull off.
I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Yeah, they're coming around on us, especially Basilio.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
Sure thing, Juna.
No problem. I'll go.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble. Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
It takes real strength to help your enemies out like this, especially when they've made it quite clear that that their priority is the lance and not our lives.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
All right, well. They've got their own private room?
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
I'm sure they don't want you guys' thanks.
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
Okay, so he does have some honor.
And then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
Well, hey!
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Saint Rella?
Yeah, she is.
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
Because of you guys.
I called for her and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
Okay, so them being family is not something that these two know.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area.
Yeah, fair enough. Believable enough, right?
I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognize the two of you.
You remember us?
When did they meet?
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing. Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look.
Aw, he's just accepting the help.
Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
I'm sure he's having himself a Zuko moment. He's like, we're not evil, but he can't actually help us out.
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Man, not being able to hide anything emotionally from her would be a lot.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right?
Uh-oh. Well...
For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Basilio is so fun.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
Well, and it's small wonder what happened. They were a couple of Parapis boys.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you?
Unbelievably so.
Not just that. You've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
And you know what? If they ever remake or update this or give it like a DLC, Rella would probably get her own follower thing.
Well, how do I put this?
But apparently Atlas isn't going to, that's not the game plan going forward. There's not going to be any Metaphor ReFantazio Royale.
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock.
Yes, ma'am. Top 10.
Are you intending to confront Luis?
Now, hold on. She's a smart cookie.
Yes, that's right.
I'm about to go ahead and put that dude 6 feet under.
Well, there you have it.
So you are committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now. Do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis.
I won't. He's definitely got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm. And they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop.
Wait, what? So this has happened before then? If she was able to research it.
I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
Does that count as what the guy was gonna do to us? It was definitely what Grius was gonna do to him.
So there's a loophole.
So, but what kind of loophole is that? As long as the guy can see you coming? And well, I guess because then you have to defend yourself. And a king's got to be strong, I guess.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
Was that why he was able to fight us originally and then it got him?
Suffice it to say, the King's shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over.
Yeah, Godot's probably not gonna make it.
I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
Or Fidelio. She was like, don't take your life for granted, and Fidelio was like, psh.
I'll protect Juna. I promise.
But where is this coming from? Honestly.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
I don't know. There was something weird about our last event with you.
Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that! You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it, you haven't won yet!
They're dynamic, dude. I really like it.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
We sent Rella back to Grand Trad with teleportation magic, avoiding the gaze of the brothers who are fortunately too winded to notice. Late night. So?
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
Yes, sir!
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
So we'll be able to go ahead and mosey around much easier.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you?
Whoa!
Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Can they read?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head buried in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How would we know that? Him having the book, not the banning thing.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
Okay, so they're not.
So, what's it say? As long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it.
Alright, well I guess they are.
In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
So is it just Fidelio, or is Basilio also gonna read?
Huh. Sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
It'd be nice if it did.
Of course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, then. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced.
And it's crazy, yeah. People will look down on somebody else for literally anything. It's actually insane.
You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too.
Hey, you know what? He's not wrong.
At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Can't you see? It's escapism. It's not healthy.
Aye. But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del.
You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan.
Del can sing?
We could invite Lady Juna over.
Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that.
He doesn't even want to entertain the idea of it?
Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Aw, Fidelio. But yeah.
Marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
With the life they've had. But I'd be surprised. Either Godot or Fidelio is going to die today, I think. I doubt Forden.
Well then.
We'll be departing today, but what's this I hear about a festival on the island? The islanders all seem to be heading for the coast.
Yes, of course.
The village wants to show their gratitude to us and wish us a safe journey. Thanks to the tides, I believe we can still make it by the deadline even if we leave tomorrow. The festivities include a sacred rite where a dragon god statue is set alight in a ceremonial bonfire. It's said that if you offer prayers to it with someone, your wishes will come true. Oh, isn't that just marvelous? And who will our dear captain pray with tonight, I wonder? So, we'll still be able to make it? Okay, that's the only thing that matters to us. Record the events thus far? Okay, sure. Because I'm certain it's about to get extremely wild. With that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down. So, do we pick somebody to spend some time with? Whoa, check that out.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
Well, you saved people from a human and suddenly you're a lot more popular with them. Who'd have thunk?
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
You know what? That's pretty smart.
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical magna theory.
Yeah, just because they live out here doesn't make them backwater.
Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know?
Ooh, will it cut down on the days it takes us to get somewhere?
Ah, speaking of, I finished with the lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Is it the... There they are.
Grand, ain't it? Dell's all better. And we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
All in all, it was an extremely successful outing.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up. It's a party. We've all earned a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
He's seen a glimpse of the truth. Batlin doesn't care about any of that crap anymore.
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
So was his dad the previous Crier?
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles.
Oh, so he became the Crier just because his dad was.
Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on.
Oh, wow. And having done so much of Brigida's story, we know that's probably about the time they got him up out of there.
And there was that riot in the slums. Of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
Was that Parapus somebody that the Magnus brothers knew?
What? Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar. And he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise.
So I'm wondering if he's going to decide to follow in his father's footsteps and say what's real.
Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? It makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor anyway.
Exactly. It's much better for us if it doesn't get out how much time he's been spending around us.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can.
And see, I feel like there was what I feel like is that characters like Vivian and Batlin and Rella might originally have had followers, or might originally have been followers, and then they got cut down and pared back, because they're very prominent.
For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabury ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
Dang! He was super hyped about that.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats.
Ooh.
And those are?
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Dang.
Ah, tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Uh-oh, if Hulkenberg likes it, it must be awful.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Yeah.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
The juice bursts forth as soon as I put it in my mouth.
Sounds. I feel quite.
Uh-oh, so something that actually tastes good is so much for her to handle that it intoxicates her?
Right.
Oh, it's not just her.
What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing.
Heismay's a crying drunk?
But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old long times ago, people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
They're high.
Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
And you know what? They don't have to be coy about it because everybody here is an adult instead of a teenager. Oh, we're effed up too! And Leon!
Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining.
Dang! We went to Island Woodstock!
Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. You don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone?
We certainly have plenty of time. This is a rare opportunity. Who should I invite?
Have you decided on someone?
Let's do Heismay. Go ahead and pick his brain, see what's on his mind. Make a wish with our buddy boy, our mascot. The gentle rhythm of the waves produces a most soothing sound, a far cry from the noise and pomp of the feast. My apologies. My nose has been running since earlier for whatever reason. My eyes feel unusually sore as well. That fruit, those dragon tears. After we partook in that dish, what was it? The dragon's tear? My memories become quite hazy from that point. Could you help me recall what happened next?
Well, sure.
You poured your heart out through your tears.
I see.
I thought as much. It appears as though I've embarrassed myself in front of you. No, Heismay, you were just having a good old time. I cannot deny I enjoy a good drink more than most. I've made a habit of carrying a bottle with me. Consequently, I did not think it possible for me to lose myself in a single serving. Right, just one of those is enough to KO you, apparently. It may be safe to assume that the fruit was what inspired our minds to become so liberated. Alcohol doesn't hold a candle to it. Actual psychedelics in an Atlas game, that's funny. I must politely refuse any further helpings, but I wouldn't say no to sitting down with you for a drink at some point. Of course, only once you have a few more years behind you and are capable of appreciating a fine drink's flavor. So, are we still not old enough to drink in this world? We're 18. So that is the famed Pillar of Fire. As I understand it, if we're to make our wishes a reality, all we need to do is write them down on paper and cast them into the blaze. I'm not the type to beg for the gods' favor, but it would be rude to disrespect our host's beliefs, so I'll partake in the ritual. There you go. Way to be a team sport. Or way to be a good sport, rather. That should be it. Next, we are to offer a prayer to the dragon god. Surely we are not offering prayers to that human we subdued, are we? Once is fine, but let's not make a habit of showering devotion upon our foes, yes? Who knows? It might still grant our wishes.
Truly?
You mean these words truly? Sometimes you seem quite different when we're away from the others.
But...
Upon further thought, perhaps we shouldn't address our wishes to the dragon god, whom we have only the most tenuous of connections with. Our wishes should belong to us alone. You know what? Making a wish to yourself does seem pretty nice. We already know of a power that is always at our side and provides us with strength. Yes, we should offer our wishes to our archetypes. Perhaps I am just intoxicated by the merging of sea and flame, but I feel as though my soul has been laid bare and the blemishes upon it have been corrected. The true benefit of these festivals is the introspection they inspire in their quietest moments, I think. Oh, I had almost forgotten, but I have a gift for you. Okay, so here it is. So I was wondering what kind of benefit we would get from this, and I was hoping it was an MP increasing. I polished an old sword of mine. I believe you may be able to make masterful use of it now. I'm not confident in my ability to wield it. I've found purpose in serving as your blade, but there may be a time when I am unable to assist you. In those moments, I hope that my sword may offer you protection in my stead. It's not an overly sentimental idea, is it? Perhaps the influence of the dragon's tear yet clouds my mind. Are we gonna... After receiving Heismay's gift, we return to the others. Silence. Ooh. And it's a weapon specifically for the thief archetype, obviously. So, no matter who we picked, you'd have gotten a special weapon for their archetype. I understand. Well, seeing everyone be so joyful got you down?
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
Yep, that was probably their dad or something.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on.
What, you think she was part of it? Well...
Del, what are we believing, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
Wait, doesn't Luis want to tear down the church?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die.
He has been kind of straightforward about that too, yeah.
I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Currently, yes.
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
But that doesn't mean you guys can't change course.
Hey, what are you two doing on your own? Come join the party. You'll miss the whole festival.
Right, no more of this thinking for yourselves.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Yeah, they're definitely tense, but not about you. Not this time.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
Whoa! Okay, I know. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So they're not. Yeah. It would have been. We've gotten extremely lucky. Not even extremely lucky. Fidelio has been suspect of us since the whole stuff with Gladel.
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was.
And Basilio had no freaking idea.
There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
And of course, she's the consummate performer, so even though this definitely came as a shock to her, she's got a lot of experience hiding her surprise and then playing things by ear. But still, I wasn't expecting him to just come out and ask.
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
Right, big accusation.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
Jeez.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Uh-oh, what'd he see?
That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
Wait, when did he... So he was hiding there, yeah.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Okay, but it makes sense. We definitely, like, it would have been very unrealistic if we'd gotten away with all of it.
Oh, don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know why? I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
So, okay. Whatever choice Del makes is probably going to lead directly to Luis killing him. Like, I highly doubt, like, with him asking that, he looks so conflicted. We helped him out, too. And since I'm fairly certain Basilio was the last party member, I think I already know how this is going to shake out. But I still don't want it to happen. I'm going to really like those two. So tonight's our last night on the island.
So?
Tomorrow's the big day, so let's make sure we're plenty rested. Memorandum. So I want to actually check out... Let's check out the archetypes. And that's... Okay. Swordmaster, Samurai. So I'm wondering... Let's throw some items his way. Though I doubt we're going to be able to get very far.
A new ability.
Slash dodge. To all enemies.
A new power to wield.
Raging Edge. Heavy physical slash damage. Deals medium physical slash damage to all enemies. Oh, need rank 12. Okay, because I'm like, why does Raging Edge cost half as much as Rising Slash? But, alright. We probably need him to max out on his lineage in order to see what his ultimate archetype is. But, yeah. We're going to go ahead, call it a part here, but definitely join me next time for more Metaphor ReFantazio. Bye for now, guys.